Hello, good afternoon, this is Diecast Loon. I hope you're all doing well and welcome to another Wheel Swap Wednesday. I haven't done one for a while as, well, actual fact, I've not been making as many videos as I usually make, if truth be known, because I've just been really busy, like life sometimes gets in the way. But anyway, I thought I'd do a Wheel Swap Wednesday this week, and it's going to be a bit of a different one. I'm going to go for doing two cars today. I don't know if it's going to work out though. I'll get to that in a minute. Why I don't know if it's going to work out or not. But and I won't be giving any of these cars away today. But I will be doing probably next week. I'll do another wheel swap giveaway. As on purpose, I wanted a couple of 3 weeks rest from doing the wheel swap giveaways. As it can, like I said, it can be expensive. Which I don't mind, but like I said, life gets in the way sometimes and other stuff like that. But anyway, so that's the babble. Let's get on to what I'm going to be doing. So I got this morning, this really cool 86 Toyota van. You have to excuse my fingernails, they look dirty today. I just thought I'd mention I've been working on my actual car, I've been changing the brakes, so I apologise for dirty fingers. But anyway, back to the car. I got this, and I've got a few other pieces as well. Actual fact, I'll just show them briefly while I'm at it. So I got this Toyota van, also found the DeLorean, so that's pretty cool, and I found another one of these little coupe clips. But anyway, as soon as I seen this, I thought I'd like to do a wheel swap on it. But like I said, it has got not only very small wheels, but very tiny little wheel arches, so I will have a go at that, but I'm going to open it up and have a little look to see if it is possible. So let's have a little look. So I don't know, I've got some wheels in mind that may fit it, but it's a cool little casting anyway nonetheless, so pretty cool. Huge front bumper on it. But anyway, so we'll get back to that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to show the one I'm going to be doing anyway, as just in case I can't do it. So I'm going to be doing it on this Porsche, which is the Porsche 935. So I will be doing it on this one. And I've got some wheels picked out. So it's going to have these little gold ones fitted to it. And like I said, I just thought this is going to be a bit of a different wheel swap video. Usually I do a wheel swap short video, or sometimes I'll do a wheel swap tutorial video, or I've done it all different formats. But I'm going to explain a little bit today. If my camera behaves itself, it's now being silly, I apologise. There you go. What I'm going to do with this, so the reason why I'm going to explain is, see, sometimes when I do wheel swaps, sometimes my camera's mucking around again. Right, 2 seconds. I think it's a light issue. Right, there we go. So sometimes when I do wheel swaps, most of the time I do it the traditional way, and I'll drill out the base and I'll take out the wheels and just swap them for like for like wheels, and then either glue it back together. Sometimes I use green light or M2 wheels, or wheels I've got off eBay, and I just cut them off and insert them. My camera really isn't liking this. Let me just have a little play on my camera a second. 2 secs. Don't know what it is. Sorry, I'm still not. I've not had chance to really research my new camera. But anyway, I will get back to that. So yeah. So like I said, there's many ways of doing it. You've got, like I said, that you can drill it out, take the base off, like for like wheels. You can chop the wheels off, insert green light or M2 wheels. That's probably the easiest way. You can make your own axles up. You can use tubing. There's so many ways of putting wheel swap wheels on. But today, I'm going to be cutting these off with these side cutters. And then I'm going to be making my own. I'll probably reuse these axles. So anyway, without further ado, we'll get straight into it. So I won't show me cutting the wheels off, because sometimes it can take a few minutes per wheel. And then I'll have a look at the other car and see if we can do something with that. Right, so there it is. There's all the wheels chopped off. So I just cut the wheels off, as you can see. And there's the axles. They're a little bit bent, but I will straighten them out in a minute. But they're the axles off the wheels, and I'll utilise them, so rather than waste them. But this is the quickest and simplest way of doing it, you know, basically, in my opinion. Drilling's one thing, but if you're a novice to this, sometimes the drilling can be a bit daunting. You know, getting it, you know, you need a decent, real sharp drill bit. And even to this day, I still sometimes make mistakes and don't drill them 100% centre. Or I've made mistakes in the past and drilled right through the base and done some right silly stuff. But this is so simple. You just use a cheap pair of side cutters. You just cut the wheel straight off. And then you, like I said, get any wheel you like that will fit, like this. These are some real white riders that I had in my spares box. And you just glue them on. That's what I'm going to be doing today. So anyway, I'll get on and I'll show you what I mean. Now I'll go through it again. So what I've done is I've straightened the axle out. Now this end still has its little ferrule, if you want to call it that, and this end, obviously the ferrule's been cut off. And all I do is I drop a little minute bit of glue on the axle. Minute, you don't want too much. Slide the wheel on, and then when I put this through, I'll do the same on this side. Minute bit of glue, hold the wheel in place. Because in the past I've noticed if I have one wheel glued on, one wheel not, it makes the car when it rolls uneven. Whereas if I make the axle solid and glue the wheels onto either end, even though this end doesn't need gluing, it just seems to roll better. But like I said, this is just some of the ways I do it. This ain't every way that I do wheel swaps. I do about 4 or 5 different ways of doing wheel swaps. This is just what I think is the simplest. So I'll now put it through the car and then show it glued on. And there you go. So that's the first set on. So that set looks perfectly normal. That's the mushroom end. This side's being glued. And it's only when you get it under microscopic conditions that you notice that it's not got a flat end. But it rolls. So we'll now get on with the second part. And there it is. That's the first one put on. And now I'll test fit it quickly just to see if it axle needs chopping down at all, which it does. So now I'll chop the axle down a little bit. Let's just chop the axle down a little bit, 2 seconds. And then we'll test fit it again. Can't quite see there again, which is pretty much spot on. And now I'll just drip some glue on that, so I'll do this bit off camera. And there it is, all done. And the only reason I did the gluing off camera is because it's hard. I don't want to make a mess and I don't want to get super glue everywhere. I've already got super glue on my fingers. So that's the only bit that's a bit tricky. And like I said, I'm not saying it anybody's way. My way's right, their way's wrong. We all find our own way of doing it. The reason why I'm explaining a bit more about how I do it is only because I have a friend of mine who doesn't have a YouTube channel, but he does customised cars. Basically, we're not had an argument, but he was just basically saying his way's the right way. You know, he always tube fits all of his wheels, makes new axles, and I say that's fine if it's a car that you need to. So sometimes you do need to do tubed axles, but depending on what you're working on. But in my opinion, you can't beat, you know, pair of side cutters, chop off the wheels, pull, and all I do is I chop off the wheel. Sometimes the wheel does break apart like this, unfortunately. I do try to reuse everything if I can, but sometimes, and all you do is once you've got the wheel off one side, you just use the side cutters and pull the wheel straight through from the other side, and then you can reuse the axles. And that's what I've done today. The axles have been reused. These are the original axles that came on the car, and you can see it spins. It spins quite nice actually, and it's a quick improvement, and it saves drilling it, which, like I said, I do drill cars out. I quite often drill my cars out sometimes. If there's wheels that I don't particularly want to chop, if they're the perfect size, you know. But I just thought I'd show the way that I quite often do it, just so that people can get an idea that you don't have to drill. All you need is a pair of side cutters, a tube of super glue, and some wheels that you want to use, and that's it. So that's that car anyway. And now let's take a look at this one. Let's see what we can do with this. So again, bear with me while I try it off camera to remove these wheels. 2 seconds. Right, so far so good on the initial test fit. The wheels that I'm going to use seem to be fitting. I've just got that piece of axle in just to see if there was enough dimension, because I don't want to ruin this casting because I quite like it, but I do think it'll benefit from a decent set of wheels. So anyway, I will carry on. And here it is, all done. And it was a bit fiddly. Probably if I'd have drilled this one out and you know, made the wheel arches bigger from the inside, then it would have fit nicer. The fronts are spinning really nice, so that's my own, that's the wheels with my own axles. Both these axles are my own axles. The fronts fit really nice, spin really nice. The backs do move, as you can see they do move, but they're just tight. But I had to file quite a lot of the inside of the wheel off. But I will work on them. I will work on them, make them free spin a bit better. But it does move. It's not completely rigid. But like I said, it mainly, you know, like I said, if I'd have drilled this one out, I could have made the arches bigger on the inside. But that would have been defeating the object of what I was trying to get at, of making wheel swaps simple. They don't have to be, like I said, so frightening. You know, I know most of us do wheel swaps, but there is a lot of us out there that want to do them, that haven't yet done them, think they can't do it. It isn't that hard. Like I said, all you need is a normal tube of super glue, a set of these little side cutters. These are the thin gauge side cutters. You can get them thicker. You can get them more pronounced that fit into the wheel and snip the actual axle. The ones I use are thin and they actually cut the wheel. I have got ones here that cut axles. But anyway, what I'm getting at is, in my opinion, the easiest way to do a wheel swap is to just chop off the wheel and make yourself your own set of axles to fit. Use a bit of super glue, and as you can see from this car, it does free spin quite nice. These aren't for the racetrack, but these, at least they spin and they look good. But anyway, with that, I hope I haven't bored everybody to tears. Here's the 2 cars that I've done today. Let's just move the camera back a little bit. But anyway, please like, share, subscribe, stay tuned for more wheel swaps and restorations and unboxings and vintage pieces. I'm hoping to do a restoration at some point soon, when I've got, the weather's been really bad again recently, and I've just, like I said, I've had no time. I will show my diorama. I keep saying I'm going to show my diorama. The reason I haven't shown it at the moment is because, like I said, for some reason, whatever I've used, the glue I've used is different. It's still not dry. I don't fancy having the mud flecks that I use on it everywhere, but I will be showing it very soon. But anyway, with that, oh yeah, next week's Wednesday wheel swap, I will be doing a wheel swap giveaway. But anyway, with that, I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching.